we're back with Yarn Barn. I'm going to show you the German twisted cast on. The German twisted cast on is a variation of the long tail cast on, which a lot of people know as their basic cast on. It just has a little bit extra. It has a twist in it. And the twist just makes for more interest, but it's good for, like, you know, edges of socks, anything where you want something elastic, the edge of a hat, any of those cast-ons. So to start, you can either do a slip knot on your needle, and you do need the long tail because it's just like the long tail cast on. I'm only going to cast on a few, so my tail is not as long as it probably would be normally. But you need either a slip knot or to somehow anchor your yarn onto your needle. And I prefer just to do like a twist and to hold it while I do my stitches, and then I'll just ignore this later on. And this is not the real stitch. If you remember some of my other videos, I talk about our fake zero stitch. This is that at this point. Now, if I was doing the long tail cast on, I would get the yarn situated the same way into our slingshot, and I would go through and grab this yarn with the needle and pull it up. This is similar, except before we do that, we are gonna twist the stitch. So we're gonna go under my thumb and then backwards through this loop. And then I'll grab this second yarn and I'm gonna pull it back through the loop and then pull my thumb out and snug it up. And that feels like a lot more steps than just the long tail cast on if you've done it before, because it kind of is. So instead of going through here and grabbing the yarn, we're going behind both threads on the thumb, back through it towards yourself, and you're gonna go forward, grab the thread on your yarn, the yarn on your finger. I'll say it again and we'll get a good one. And then you have to come back through. And if you have that twisted like this, make sure you untwist when you go back through, because the twist will make it so it doesn't work right. And just snug it up a little. And this is going to create a cast on similar to the long tail, but with a little more twist at the edge. So again, we're gonna go under the thumb, back through the thumb loop, go up and over, grab your finger yarn, pull that yarn back through the untwisted loop, pull your thumb out and snug that up. And when you start going, it feels very similar to the long tail. So if you've done the long tail cast on, you can start speeding up and you're not gonna mess up. But at first, I would just recommend going slow, because especially going, coming through and grabbing the yarn is fine, but coming back, if you aren't careful, you can see where this twist is. You'll want to go this direction, but you have to untwist that yarn first, either moving your thumb or moving your right hand needle so it's untwisted and it comes through. And I have this little swatch over here that has the cast on, which I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but it makes a nice edge, and this is just on stockinette. And you can sort of see the twists. So here I have two socks in progress, and one of them was with the long tail cast on and the other is with the German twisted cast on. And they're both stretchy. If you look, I can stretch them both and they're both plenty stretchy. The difference is, if you look up close, the long tail cast on at the edge of the knit stitches, it looks like it starts with a knit stitch at the very first row, which is the one where you're casting on. And the German twisted cast on is going to look more like a purl bump at the bottom. So in the ribbing, if I hold them up next to each other, you can see the difference between the cast on and the first row is a smooth transition right there. And over here, it looks more like a purl bump. So technically, if you are extremely picky and have someone who looks at your socks a lot, or you just want to, you could do German twisted cast on stitches for the purl and then regular long tail cast on for the knit, and it would have like a perfectly even matching the stitches cast on for your sock. In reality, it's very fine yarn and it won't really matter. So you can just choose which one you like, or if you prefer a certain look depending on your stitches, then you can do that.